Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a screencast-matic presentation and recording for the part of the warm-ups that has us looking at the two corresponding lessons that coincide with questions and answers of the day. Before we get started, please let me encourage you to open up to the correct warm-up packet template and get ready to write down both the question and the answer that corresponds to each of the day's lessons accordingly. Remember that you are to format your answer in a different colored font. Let's go ahead and get started. For Monday and Tuesday's lesson, what purpose does a First Lady and First Family serve for a sitting President of the United States of America? We'll give you guys a few seconds to copy down the question of the day, and then we will proceed. So in terms of First Lady and First Family, generally speaking, neither entity holds a real significant role with executive power in the executive branch. However, they do play some other key roles for the President. In terms of image, both groups uphold the President's image and helps humanize them to the public. For example, for many people who might think that a president is all business and all seriousness, seeing them with their family or their prospective First Lady helps them in many ways. Hosting events, too, are really key. First Ladies tend to host special occasions either at the White House or around the world for president's guests and also for special groups, too. This also might pertain to the special organizations that they choose to lead up in their time as First Lady. Of course, both the First Lady and First Family are key in campaigning. First Ladies and family tend to help contribute to election and re-election campaign causes, although it should be noted that sometimes, depending on what they do, they could hinder their chances of winning too. In terms of ambitions and goals, First Ladies and some family members can create and lead new organizations or causes either within the administration directly or around American society and culture, and even the world. Many First Ladies and also First Family members have done that, which we'll get into later on in the lesson. In terms of controversies, both groups, like I said before, can hinder a president's ability to appeal to America and legislate accordingly. You might be wondering, how is this possible? Well, sometimes it is the things that people say and or the actions that they might get caught up in their time in the spotlight that can cause somewhat of a trust deficit for the American people in terms of looking at the executive branch in the same good, positive, honorable light. So there you have it, guys. The first answer to the question of the day. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question right here. What purpose does Vice President serve, and what key characteristics make a successful Vice President too? So let's go ahead and give you a few more seconds to write this down, and then we'll move into the answer to the question of the day. Okay, here we go. So first, in terms of roles, the Vice President serves as assistant to the President, which can be helpful and beneficial, especially considering that the executive branch and the job of the President is just so demanding. In terms of powers, the Vice President helps with senatorial ties as far as breaking them whenever there is a tie, and they assume the position as President should the President ever be not able to serve and fulfill their duties. In terms of bounce, typically Vice Presidents provide a healthy bounce to the campaign when they are campaigning and also governing too. For example, sometimes Vice Presidents might counsel the President if they have a great relationship as such. In terms of appearances and images, too, the Vice President might have to make appearances to events that the President simply cannot attend or maybe doesn't want to attend. This, of course, might be foreign events and also domestic events here inside the United States. As far as special duties, sometimes Presidents can appoint their Vice Presidents to lead up special causes in emergency times or for other purposes. For example, I do believe that President Biden has tapped Kamala Harris to be the border czar for the border crisis right now on the U.S.-Mexico border. And back when COVID-19 first happened, I believe that Trump appointed Pence to lead Operation Warp Speed. As alluded to before, in terms of campaigning, Vice Presidents tend to advocate for their presidents while on the campaign trail, and also throughout the whole totality of their administration. But this also might be due in part to the fact that the Vice President's job is essentially a stepping stone job to other jobs too, that could be greater, bigger, or better, including President of the United States, as several key Vice Presidents have assumed the position after serving as Vice President for many years to President. Alright guys, there you have it, the answers to the questions of the day. Remember, when you're finished, please go ahead and format your content accordingly. Thank you very much for tuning in, and good luck with completing the corresponding lessons.